The first problem is there are 2 point charges plus 20 are 20 centimeter apart. Find electric force on 5 microcoulomb charge at a distance 20 centimeter from each charge. Very simple. Students, to solve problems, once you read the problem, collect the data in your mind. See, I look at these two important data. 20 micro. Look at the sign. Plus. There are two positive charges with a separation 20 centimeter. Right? One more point he says, there is one more charge, 5 microcoulomb at same distance, 20 only. But from both the charges. That's it. So, you just memorize it like this. There are 3 charges, plus 20 and plus 5. All the 3 are the same separation. Right? Now, okay. Now, let me represent the data pictorially. If possible, write a diagram to show what he has given. I will show now. There are 2 point charges. One Q1, I name one as Q1, the other one Q2, very simple. What is the value of charge Q1? Plus 20 micro, you know the value of micro, 10 power minus 6. Q2 also plus 20 micro coulomb, micro 10 power minus 6. The separation between the two charges is 20 centimeters. He says separation is 20 centimeters. Since you are doing calculations in SI units, the unit of length is meter in SI. So you have to write centimeter in meters. All of you know 1 centimeter is 1 by 100 of a meter. That is 100 is 10 power plus 2. And that comes to numerator becomes 10 power minus 2. So remember 1 centimeter 10 power minus 2 meters. All of you are very familiar with this. Okay. Now with these two charges at a separation 20 centimeter, one more charge is brought near these two charges at a separation 20 only. From this 20, from this 20. Then where should you place that? For that, you just think of a line which bisects these two charges or this line 20 centimeter. Bisecting means divides it equally, half, 10. Now, you measure 20 centimeter from here along this somewhere here. I put the charge plus 5 microcoulomb. That is Q3, let me write Q3. If this charge is at 20 centimeter from Q1, then as it is a bisecting line, this also will be 20 centimeters. That's it, 20 centimeter. Fine. What is this charge? This charge is Q3, the value 5 microcoulomb. Very simple, right? Now, you have to think of superposition. What is superposition? Overlapping. What overlapping each other? Forces overlapping on each other. Where? On this charge Q3. How do you show it? Very simple. See students, all the 3 charges are of same sign. Like charges repel each other. Let me consider these two together now. These two means Q3, Q1. Since I hold this and leave this charge repels this. How do you show repulsion? Write a straight line between these two. Already have written. Then extend this. This is the direction of force acting on Q3. Let me write that force on 3 by 1. Force on 3 by 1. How do you write? F31. Force on 3 by 1. When you are writing direction of force on 3 by 1, you don't bother about the presence of Q2. Now you consider this. when you consider Q2, don't bother about this. You just ignore this. Forget it. Okay, fine. Now you consider this. Again, these two repel each other. How do you show that repulsion? Draw a straight line. It's already there. Then extend this. This is the direction. Right? This is direction. And that value, I must write F3 only. Why F3? Force on Q3. By which charge? 2. F32. Like this. Right? This is superposition. Forces overlapping on each other at point this. Instead of saying this again and again, I name this as A, this B and this C. At point C, which is the position of charge Q3, two forces overlapping on each other. Under the action of these two forces, which way the charge Q3 will move. That you learned last year's vector addition. What did you do in vector addition? If you consider two forces acting in two different directions on a body, say P and the other one Q, how did you find resultant? You found resultant by adding these two vectorially. What is vector addition? Vector addition means draw a line parallel to this, one more line parallel to this from here. Then the diagonal represents their resultant denoted by R. The value of R is given by square root of P square plus Q square plus 2PQ into cos theta. Just recall our last year's discussion in vectors chapter. And if I consider the angle between R and P, you write arrow over it. R and P, that is alpha. You derived another relation, that is tan alpha. What is tan alpha? Tan alpha is Q sin theta divided by P plus Q cos theta. You will be using these two relations here. Since you are all familiar with this, you have learned this for your board examination very well. You are all in touch with this. That's why I did not explain in the beginning. You are all familiar with this. Same two relations we will use to find a resultant value and direction. First of all, tell me, how do you find resultant direction between these two? Yes. You construct a parallelogram, drawing sides parallel to these two. I draw a line parallel to this from here. Here. This is direction parallel to this. This. Then you draw another line parallel to this from here. Here means tip of vector F31. This is tip of vector F32. Draw a line parallel. Right? These two intersect at a point, and that becomes the head of new vector being constructed. Now draw a diagonal. You know what is diagonal of a parallelogram? This is the diagonal drawn from here, this point, right? Diagonal. This is the resultant new vector. I write FR like this. R P F32 Q F31. What is R? That is FR, resultant. Now you can use a relation and find the value. Now first of all, how do you find the values of F31 and F2? F31 and F2 are found by using Coulomb's law. What is Coulomb's law? You know how to write Coulomb's law? That is F31. Again and again I am telling you, what is F31? Force on 3 by 1. What is the relation? 1 over 4 pi epsilon 0 F31 Q1 Q3 divided by that distance R square. That distance R square is R. Q1 Q3. Q1 Q3 divided by distance. What is that distance? AC. Instead of writing R square, I write AC. Remember students, you need not write R always while writing separation between the two charges. This relation can be used to find the value of the force between these two. Since you know the value of Q1, Q3, AC and also 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0. What is the value of 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0? Remember students, always I write here 1 over 4 pi epsilon 0 on the top, because you should remember this throughout this year. What is the value of 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0? when we defined SI unit of charge, that is coulomb, we wrote a value 9 10 power 9. That's the value of 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0. Write that 9 10 to the power 9. What's the value of Q1? Q1 is 20 micro, right? 20 10 to the power minus 6. What is Q3? 5 micro 10 power minus 6. If you are completely involved, once you look at the values, you need not look at the values again and again, or they are already in your mind. Just go on writing. What is separation? That is 20 centimeters. Centimeter in meter 10 power minus 2 whole square. One simplification I will show you. Rest, just I write the values. If you simplify this, you will get so and so value I will write. But since it is the first problem, I will show the simplification. Now we'll continue. F31. What is F31? Now you collect the values. Values in the sense 9, 20, 5 numerical values. Powers we will consider separately. First I will write 9, then 20, then 5, then in the denominator 20 squared. You know 20 squared. What is 20 squared? Yes, 400. 400. Denominator, the power is 10 power 2 squared. What is that? 10 power minus 4. And in the numerator, you segregate, collect the powers of 10. 10. Here 9, here minus 6, and one more minus 6. One more minus 6. You can easily simplify. 1 0 cancels. 5 8s are 40. 5 8s are 40. Now 2 4s are, right? 4s are. 4 remains. 9 by 4. What is 9 by 4? Come on. Good. 9 by 4 is 2.25. Very good. 2.25. You have calculator, can do it. Into 10 to the power, 10 raised to the power. Here see 9 minus 6 plus 3. Plus 3 minus 6 minus 3. Or else you can do this way. Minus 6 minus 6 minus 12. Minus 12 plus 3 minus 3. And the denominator, the power is 10 power minus 4. Comes to numerator, becomes plus 4. How do you write? 2.25. 2.25 into 10 raised to the power. 10 raised to the power minus 3, and this comes to numerator, becomes plus 4. We can do it in our mind, students. You have to try this way. This 10 power minus 4 comes to numerator and becomes plus. So it's minus 3 plus 4. How did you do it? You did this way. A to the power m into a to the power n. What is that? A to the power m plus n. Here a to the power m minus 3, a to the power n plus 4. You added. The final value F31 is equal to 2.25 into minus 3 plus 4, that is 10 to the power plus 1. 4 minus 3, 1. That's it. Finally, the value of force is 10 times. 10 times means 22.5 Newton. This is the value of force. Value of force. Now with direction, if I write this way, that is not required here. But if I write this way, what is this? Vector. You have to write direction. Value 22.5 Newton. Value with unit. Then add direction. How do you add direction? Force on Q3 by Q1 is along this direction. What is the direction? AC. Along AC. Along AC. I showed you how to write direction. Once you write direction, vector. F31 vector. But for my simplification, to find the resultant value, this is enough. The box item is enough for my next calculation. Right? Similarly, we will find one more. What is that? The second one, similarly, I write here, similarly. I will rub this and please focus over here. Now, similarly, the force on Q3, that is 3 only, by 2. How do you read? Force on 3 by 2 is equal to again the same formula, 1 over 4 pi epsilon 0 Q2, Q3 divided by that distance. What is the separation between these two? BC squared. R is BC now. Students, the value is same. F32, again value of 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0, 9 10 to the power 9, into the value of Q2. Q2 is 20 micro 10 to the power minus 6. What is Q3? That is also same 5 10 power minus 6 as the previous problem, previous section here. The last one, BC. What is BC? Again 20 centimeters, write in meter, 10 power minus 2 whole square. Look, the values same, 9 10 power 9, 20 10 power minus 6, 5 10 power minus 6, 20 10 power minus 2, right? If you solve, you will get the same value. What is that? F32 equals to, same as this, 22.5 Newton. This you are going to use next. Now students, if I write vectorially, if I write F32 vector, the value is 22.5 Newton along which direction? Along which direction? See here, from B to C, this way, away, as the force is repulsive, towards attractive. But it is repulsive, that's why you show away. Away means along BC. That's it. You have found the individual forces, right? Now you have to find resultant. How do you find resultant of these two? As you learned last year, resultant formula. Come on, tell me. R equals to root of P square plus Q square plus 2PQ cos theta. Here let me consider P, this is P and this is equivalent to Q and this is equivalent to R. You can find resultant of the two forces. Meanwhile, what is the angle between these two? Look, what is the shape of this, students? Shape of this is a triangle. That too, which type of triangle? Yes, all the three sides same. So the angles also same. All the three sides same. It is called equilateral triangle. What is the angle of equilateral triangle? 60 degree. So these two are vertically opposite. So this angle also 60. The angle between these two is 60. So my theta in the expression becomes 60. Right? Have you understood? Okay. Before I move on, just to memorize this. By applying principle of superposition, you are finding resultant. Resultant is single force which produces same effect as that of the given forces. Why the situation, friends? There are two charges applying force on one charge, single charge, that is Q3. Q3 experiences two forces due to Q1 and Q2. That's why superposition. Forces superposing on each other. One from this charge, the other from this charge. Right? Now, to find resultant of these two, you will use a formula R equals to root of P square plus Q square plus 2PQ cos theta. You have followed this, right? You observe once, try it once again without looking at the solution part. You keep solving problems again and again. I'll give some more homeworks, right? So I'll go to the next part now. Okay, the resultant formula R equals to root of P square plus Q square plus 2PQ cos theta. What is P? P is F31 square, Q F32 square, and 2PQ F31 F32 into cos 60. Now students, what is cos 60? Cos 60 is equal to half. You have learnt in mathematics class, right? So if I write instead of cos 60 half, then you can cancel out 2. And one more, F31 is equal to F32. So instead of F32, you can write this. That is Fr equals to square root of F31 square plus F31 square plus F31 square. Why F31 square? Because instead of F32, you will write F31 only. How many terms are there? 3. So what do you write? 3 times F31 inside root. That is squared. Since it is squared, comes outside root, becomes just F31. So it is root 3 times F31. Root 3 times F31. But what is F31? Root 3 times F31 is, you already found the value F31. What is that? 22.5 Newton. 22.5 Newton. That's it. I have values somewhere here. Value of this is around 29.8. If I solve this, I get around 29.8 Newton. 29.8 Newton is the value of resultant. This is how you will solve, right? You have found the magnitude of resultant. Now what is the direction? Which way it is acting? Which way it is acting? Since these two are equal forces, the resultant exactly bisects the value. Bisecting means what? This side 30 degree and this side 30 degree. But you can find that value using tan alpha. What is alpha? Alpha is tan inverse q sin theta divided by p plus q cos theta. You learned this last year. You get these relations by heart. This is theta. Theta here is 60. Theta 60. Q. What is Q? F32. What is P? F31. If you write the values, you will get the angle 30 only. 30. I can show it here itself. Tan inverse. What is Q? Q is F31. F31 equals to F32. Both same. Sin 60 divided by Q. That is also F31. Q F31. P F31. Cos 60. That's it. Right? Now tan inverse F31 you write as it is into what is sin 60 root 3 by 2 whole over F31 plus F31 into what is cos 60 1 by 2. Cos 60 1 by 2. You are all very familiar with this. Right? Now I'll come to the final part. Alpha equals to tan inverse of, if I write F31 in numerator root 3 by 2 whole over, if I take LCM is 2 times F31 plus F31 3 times 3 F31 divided by 2. So 2 cancels, F31 cancels. You are left finally with tan inverse root 3 divided by 3. What is root 3 by 3? Root 3 by 3 is 1 by root 3. So the value of alpha equals to tan inverse 1 by root 3. Tan inverse 1 by root 3. What is tan inverse 1 by root 3? Yes, you have learned in mathematics, that is 30 degree. Instead of doing all these calculations, remember, if the two forces are equal, the resultant always bisects the angle. Bisecting means 60 will be split into two values, 30 this side, 30 that side, 30. Even if you use this formula, you get the same answer. You need not do this. This part you need not solve. Straight away you can write resultant is 29.8 Newton at an angle 30 degree. At 30 degree with either like F31 or F32. That's it. Right, students? Now you go through this video at least 2-3 times. Understand everything. Then start writing on your own without looking at the paper video in your notebook. Like that you practice. Once you practice one problem, then you can slowly start learning the other problems also. Very easy. Part is easy. Only thing is you have to practice. At least 2-3 times you have to solve this problem. Otherwise you find it a bit difficult. You cannot escape from problems in physics. Easy, I have explained you. Since you are familiar with all the mathematics part related to this, only thing required from you is practice. Watch the video, try to solve as it is on your own in a notebook. Do it 2-3 times. Definitely you will learn this. For 1 or 2 chapters if you do this, rest of the chapters will be very easy. On your own you start doing, right? Okay? We will go to next problem next.